Okay, so this is going to be the first video in the Getting Ready for Manchester hyrox series that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be taking you through a double training day. So typically a double training day for me would be a strength session in the morning and then a run in the evening, whether that be intervals or easy. Today it's going to be slightly different. Today I have a double threshold day, which basically means 2 intense sessions. At lunchtime we have a interval session, which is going to be 4k easy into 4x1k intervals. And then this evening we've got a big hour-long hyrox circuit ahead of tomorrow morning's leg session. So this is going to be interesting because it'll be good to see how my legs sort of flush out fatigue now when they're a little bit detrained as to what they were in the peak of ultra season when I've trained hyrox before. We are starting the video a little bit later today. It's currently 5 to 9. We're about to go and log on for work and start cracking on with that. So I thought I'd just come down and get the standard sort of supplement stack for the morning. It's going to be creatine, it's going to be march on electrolytes again, and it's going to be the energy and focus powder from Vilgain, which is this. Now in there's 140 milligrams of caffeine and 500 milligrams of choline as well, which is just going to help keep us switched on when we're going through making the accounts. But yeah, we're going to get that in. We're going to head upstairs and I'll catch you there. So it's probably worth, given the nature of this series, to have the conversation of why hyrox, why go for the sub-hour open, why go for, you know, that sort of podium attempt. Now, last year I did my first hyrox at London. I came in with a 1:02.40 something a week after Manchester Marathon. Now, I didn't actually have time to do a full block for that. I did a few weeks with Cami, who is the coach down at Phase 7. As well as the classes. A dedicated hyrox trainer I probably did about 3 or 4 weeks, which left me thinking, yes, I'm fast and I'm relatively strong for someone of my size, and I did okay with the 1:02. But what could I do if I really gave myself sort of 12 to 16 weeks to go all in with it and to really try and just make that the goal that I'm pursuing? So I thought I would. To be perfectly honest, I like to challenge myself. I like to win. And then I thought, well, maybe we can go for pro. And I was like, well, pro for me is uncharted territory. If I go into a pro race with the heavier weights, I have no baseline. I haven't done it before. So it sort of takes away any pressure because I don't need to beat what I did last time, or I don't need to put that pressure on myself to be like, no, if you're going to go and you're going to dedicate yourself to it, you need to podium. Whereas with an open, I feel like there's no excuse for that. There's no, oh, well, you know, it's my first one, and oh, well, actually the competition was this, and oh, well, I didn't know how heavy the sleds were going to be. I don't have those excuses. I'm going there with the intention of, I've done this before. I'm coming to improve massively on what I did, to dedicate myself to the goal properly and to try and win. This isn't something where I'm trying to like go and just, you know, beat me time. I want to get on that podium. I want to sort of come on with that big tea towel with a big number 1 on it, or get as close to that as humanly possible. So it is 11:15. We've done a full accounts chase, so we've emailed all the clients that are going to need a set of accounts doing in the next couple of months because they passed the year end. And we've come down to get a snack. Moved away from bagels, as mentioned last week, gone on to some sourdough crumpets. 99 calories a crumpet, easy carbs. Gonna stick some lemon curd on there that we got from Taylor's Farm, I think, or something like that. Just easy sugars basically before any session, an hour to 2 hours before. I want to take on about 60 grams of carbs. I just think there's no point training with the fuel tank on empty. So by doing that, especially while I've got the extra calories to allow me to, I'm going to just take use of that. Looking forward to the session though, because I'm trying out a new pair of trainers. Now, when you get into running, the bit that no one mentions is that you immediately become a shoe nerd, which I wasn't expecting, considering I have the deepest pockets and the shortest arms, as Mr. Steenhufen likes to say. I'm really tight. I just don't like spending money, especially not on myself. But Ryan, who I train with every day, has kindly given me a pair of Adidas Boston 12s. He bought them, didn't like them, so he's passed them on to me. And they've got carbon rods, so they are perfect for up-tempo work, speed work. So we're going to give them a go, and hopefully that they are good. Here's a question for people. I've just been getting ready for this run, and are you guys team shorts or team half tights? Because personally, I get really bad chub rub, like I chafe, like it's a sport. So for me, I'm team half tights all the way. But I am fully aware that like a lad sprinting in what is a glorified cycling short can be a little bit sus. Could be described as zesty, but to be fair, comfort's key. You know what I mean? When you're trying to tan it down the roads, need to be aerodynamic, need to be comfortable, need to not be worrying about your thunder thighs like burning against each other. So yeah, half tights all the way. This is the fit, bro. Got the Boston 12s on. Got the 247 half tights. The Gymshark Conditioning Club tee. I don't really normally run in tees either, actually. I'm a vest type of guy personally, but I feel like today this is going to make me faster. And it's fucking cold outside, so I'm giving myself the placebo, the illusion that sleeves are going to keep me warm. But they're probably not. But we'll see. And yeah, get ready to go and leg it. I'm going to look like a mad weirdo sprinting around with this camera. So we are out for the interval session. Just getting through the warm-up, the first K. I find I can never get my rhythm, ever. I feel like I just spend the first K panting desperately, but legs feel okay. Shoes are a bit mad. They're very firm, which obviously they're designed to being a speed shoe, but they're a little bit I don't know, they feel good, but I think they're going to take some getting used to. But I'm going to run the camera back to the house because it looks like it might rain, and then we're going to hit up these intervals, see what I can do with this wind, because oh my god, it is windy. That is the working sets done. That was horrendous, not gonna lie. So it was meant to be 4x1k at 3:30 to 45. I did 2x1k with about a 3:30 pace. First one didn't feel too bad, actually came in a little bit quicker than expected. But the last two, oh my god, I have lost so much fitness. Like, it's never been comfortable to run a 3:30k, but it was manageable, achievable. But those last two I had to split into 500s because I felt like I was either going to have a heart attack or my legs were going to cramp, which is why we start the block so far out, because now I've got time to fix those things and understand that what was once my strength now needs work, which is good to know. So we're just on the 2k cool down now. Carrying these GoPros feels a lot heavier when you're running. Yeah, on the cool down now, we're going to take this over, go and get plenty of food in, because the other session I've got today at the gym is also an intense one. It's not a chiller in the slightest, so we're going to need as much recovery as we can get in the next 4.5 hours or so, and I am not running through that. No thank you, especially not in a pair of new shoes. So it is 3:46 p.m. We are going to be going to the gym in about an hour and 15 minutes, probably starting in about an hour and 20. So I'm going to have a coffee because I want one. Now typically I cut caffeine off earlier than this, but I'm training tonight, so I'm not going to. And I'm going to take on another couple of 100 calories worth of sugar. But I don't really know what to have, to be honest. I've taken on 1750 calories and 156 gram of carbs so far today. I've got about 1300 left to eat. But I want to try and get at least 60 gram of carbs in before this next session, because it's going to be a tough one. It's one Cami has programmed that I've kindly borrowed. Might have this, to be fair. Explose Aid. So basically Aldi's variation of Lucozade. 22.5 grams per bottle. Partner that with potentially some more sourdough crumpets, because I've got enough time for that to digest and actually get into my system, so I might have another crumpet or two, and then I think that'll do us. Yeah, it's a hyrox specific session, this one, so it's going to be a lot of like compromised running work. There's some 400s in there, which I know I've run already today, which isn't ideal, so I might swap that for like double unders or something of that nature, with some sled push. We've got a small WOD at the beginning, which is deadlifts at body weight, calories on the ski, and then burpees over the rower. And you do that for time. So you do 12, 10, 8, 6, I believe it is. Deadlifts at body weight, calories on the ski erg, and then burpees over the rower. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're going to get some food in. Going to make quick coffee now. Have another crumpet. And probably get changed, because this top needs to go in the wash, because it stinks. And I stink. So we are done with the workday, heading over to the gym. Gonna go and get this second session in. Gonna film as much as I can. Now, with it being peak time, I don't really want to get other people in the video, just in case they don't want to be, or they're a little bit uncomfortable or whatever else. So I'm gonna film what I can. How much of that you actually see, I don't know. I may just comment on it when we're done. But we'll see, and I will catch you when I'm there. That was hard, that. I am goosed, and I've lost so much fitness. I keep saying that, but Jesus Christ, wow, that was tough. Got it done. See you back at the house. I just thought to jump in and do a little debrief, because I realised the content for today is a little bit all over the place. That was the second session done. It was really fun, to be fair. It was a barbell cycle at the beginning of 12 through to 2 of deadlifts at body weight, calories on the ski erg, and then burpees over the barbell. Then it went into a 6-round workout. It was really fun, but also humbling to do a workout that you expected to be tough, but not like, you know, absolute death, and it to just kick your ass. I think a common theme across the next sort of 12-week build is going to be just really looking at regaining the fitness that I once had, and then looking to progress onwards, which I think should hopefully be interesting for you guys to see. I'm still getting the hang of like how I want to display the videos and what I want the focus point to be. Like today, the focus point is just to show how much work really goes into the goals and achievements that, you know, people, not just me, but anyone who goes into this athlete space and sort of dedicates themselves to a big challenge, how much work actually goes into it. Now, I know it's easy to say most of the time, but it's their job, but they're a PT, but they get paid to be in the gym. And with me specifically, that isn't the case. I have a full-time job as well, and so do a lot of the people that do these things. So I think it's good to have that perspective and see what it's like with a 9 to 5, and sort of just try and shed a little bit of light on, you know, getting up at 5 in the morning to train, or having to squeeze a session in on your lunch, knowing that you've got to go back to the gym and train again in the evening. Like now, I've just trained, so I've obviously been up, worked all day, trained at lunch, work this afternoon, train tonight. I've now got to go and do the food shop. I'll go home, I need to meal prep and sort of prepare everything for the next couple of days. So there is a lot that goes into it, and I think just having that perspective can show people, hopefully, that they can do it as well. That even they don't need to do it to this extent, but that they can get in, they can get movement, they can make the time to sort of look after themselves and prioritize themselves, which is what a message that I really do want to put across, because I do think that anyone can do it. I don't think it's easy, but I think it's relatively simple and it can be done. And then, yeah, and then I need to also look at how I'm going to do this build in the brand series. I know what I want to do. I know I want to call it Kaizen Performance, because there's so many like different caveats that come from that, but also that methodology, that ideology, sorry, of constant improvement is something that's really important to me. Personally, I have it tattooed on my arm. It's the only tattoo that I have is Kaizen. So I think having that tied into the brand would be great. It also fits in with that community aspect of a group of people that want to push each other and get the most out of each other. So I think that's definitely something that we're going to pursue with that. So I'm going to go in, get the food shop, go home, meal prep, hopefully try and start editing this video, because I realised last time how long it takes. And I'm praying to God that there's some decent content in here, because obviously it's the second video now, so I want to start seeing some improvements. The first one was what it was, but I want to really start trying to, you know, get some good quality content out there now, and not just videos for the sake of it. So we'll go and get this done, and I'll see you back at home. I've had an idea to go through our weekly food shop and show you guys what we eat, because I think it might be interesting to some people to see exactly how we eat. Now, me and Beck eat the same every day, pretty much. There's some variation, but 9 times out of 10, especially Monday to Friday, it's the same, just for ease, to be honest, and convenience. If we know what we're prepping, if we know what we're cooking, we can do it a lot faster. So I will quickly run you through the food shop, show you what we get, and also show you how much it is. So we've got the proteins. Now we're having some slow cooked lean beef tomorrow. Typically we would have 600 grams of chicken a night each, between us, so that'd be 300 grams each. Beck has the 5% mince for her lunch. I use 20%. Higher fat is better for the old hormone production, and obviously whilst I'm gaining, I've got the cal to spare. We're using some sourdough crumpets for carbs, especially pre and post session. Oats for the morning. We use the organic oats just because they're a little bit less processed, a little bit less sort of inflammatory to the body. But white rice, we boil our own instead of the packets to eliminate the unnecessary rapeseed oils. Broccoli, we have loads of broccoli, to be perfectly honest. We have it almost every day. I think it's great. Beck's peppers to go with the lunches. Some sweet potatoes that we can roast off in the air fryer. Some Maris Piper potatoes, because we're going to use that for mash to go with the mince tomorrow. The beef tomorrow when we slow cook that. And then also some tortilla wraps, a little bit of juice, a little bit of beetroot. And then there's other things that we would typically buy that we just didn't need today, like honey, 100% natural peanut butter. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest. We've got almost everything else, and all of that comes to £62 it was today, 62.60 or something like that, and that will last us probably like 5 days, 4 to 5 days, which is good, I think, personally. We've also got some chopped tomatoes and herbs and tomato puree, which we use to whip up sauce to have with the chicken, so the chicken's not completely bland. But yeah, that's pretty much how we eat. We eat the same thing every day. That's how much the food shop is. So I'm going to sign off here. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I am still new to this, I'm still learning, but I feel like each video is going to be getting drastically better. We are going to see the implementation of that Building the Brand series as well from next week onwards, which will be great. That's fun. I'm looking forward to doing that and sort of having some scripted videos instead of just me talking to the camera like this. And then we'll continue on with the Road to Manchester Hyrox 2. I'm also going to try my best to film different days each time, or at least different sessions. So for example, if I always film on a Tuesday, you're always going to have double threshold to see. If I always film on a Monday, you're always going to have upper. So if I could try and vary the days that I film, also get some days in the office, get a little bit of the travel to and from there, that should add a little bit of novelty too. So I'll round that off here. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, stick around for more, and yeah, you know what, let's just fucking smash it together. Let's just spend the next year getting fucking wham fast, building a business, and just smoking 2026. See you in a bit.